Yo, what's good? This is a different type of video, bro. And I might make a separate channel for videos like this and some other content that I'm thinking about doing, but I really just want to talk about Beast games, bro, because I don't understand why everybody and their mom is hating on Beast games, bro. This shit is fire. And listen, I'm gonna just say this right now, bro. I won't make many cuts to this shit. Like, this just me just chatting. I got the fucking episode list with the descriptions. I got them shits pulled up right here on my phone. I don't have a script. I'm just talking. So if you don't like that, go ahead and click off. If niggas even click on this shit to begin with. But I'm gonna just like do an episode by episode playbook because I've watched all the episodes. Right now it's on episode 8. Today is the 30th of January 30th, right? So first episode was 1,000 people fight for 5 million. That one, I can't remember much. I know they were getting dropped through the trap doors, and honestly, the way that they all were falling through and shit, that shit was clean as fuck. With the camera work, when you see the different angles and shit, and how some of them fell like one by one, they all fell at once, they fell randomly. That shit was clean, bro. Like, I'm seeing this, and hey, nigga, I like Mr. Beast videos, bro. I don't get why people don't. I really don't give a fuck why they don't. I mean, niggas complain about everything. It's 2025. That's what people do, right? But the shit is good, bro. The shit is good. I do remember the black dude. Shout out to him. He was in the newest YouTube video too. He was in a row with the one girl, and he told them like not to take the money. And I can't remember how much it was, but he took the money. And the common theme with a lot of these challenges is just, how good of a person are you? And not saying that you're a bad person if you take the money, because bro, like, most people would take the fucking money. Let's be honest, most people would take the money, bro. So I'm gonna just go on to the next episode. Oh, the second episode was BS, bro. I felt so like pissed because all they had to do was not drop the ball or some shit, right? And bro, all I remember is the team that dropped the ball, they were just looking around. Like they when it fell, nobody like tried to dive and catch the bitch. Like, they all were just looking around, bro. But that it dropped to 500 people from the first episode to the second. It dropped to 500. There were 1,000 people initially there, like at first, right? The third fucking episode dropped the day after Christmas, same day as Squid Game, season 2. This episode, the solitary experiment, was fucking crazy. It was crazy, bro. And I saw people complaining about, oh, too many self-elimination challenges, blah blah blah, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck do you want him to do? Like, cut a cookie out? He can't do the Squid Games. That would be boring to just see the same shit, and he can't kill them. So I feel like this is where the shit gets twisted. Like, the game gets twisted, and you just gotta rely on the people around you and the people that you become cool with. Because for this one, told everybody to break off into groups of 3, and you know, a lot of people chose their friends at the time. This is only the third episode, so they really didn't know who their friends were, but you know, they were in the city, they were in the first game, so you talk to people, you meet people, whatever. They go in these fucking boxes, right? And each box has a telephone in it, right? So with that telephone, you can ask for any single thing in the world, and they'll bring it to you. Like, realistically, don't ask for like a shark or some shit. They can't bring you a shark. But you can ask for anything, and they'll bring it to you. Basically, all you gotta do is decide who the fuck is going to kill them. Had to change that because I felt like that was crazy to say. You just gotta find out who's gonna eliminate themselves, right? Some people did it by playing games. Some people did it by fucking random. Some people just put themselves out, bro. Whatever. It's also worth mentioning, right? in episode 2, there were 4 team captains that got picked. These team captains got offered $1 million, right? And if it was between 0 and $1 million. It just climbed up from $0 to $1 million. They had the option to not take the money or to take the money and stay in the game. If you took the money, you got the $1 million, you stayed in the game, but everyone on your team who picked you and trusted you got eliminated. Nobody took the money, which was fucking nutty, because I'm gonna keep it a whole buck right now. If it was me up there, $1 million? I'm not saying no, bro. I'm sorry. $1 million for free. I do eliminate a lot of people, but bro, I mean, I can get them like 10K each. It's not a million. They're competing for 5 million, but does everyone really think they're gonna win? Because that's not how it works. There's only one winner, and it's $5 million for that one winner. But back to the solitary experiment. So there are these 2 brothers, man. They're playing a card game to decide how the person is gonna get out. One of the brothers said that he doesn't want to play the game. So it's just the other brother and the girl. The girl is a stranger to them. She's not a sibling. She's not a relative. None of that. So the one brother who decides to play the game, he convinces her that she has a better chance at staying in the game because with 2 of them playing, there's a 50% chance of her being safe, and with 3 of them playing, there's a 33% chance. So it's like, it's a toss-up. The girl was stressing out of her fucking mind. She was stressing. You can see it all over her face. She was about to start crying and shit. It was bad. It was bad. And she lost the game, put herself on the handcuff. The one brother who played hugged her. The other brother was literally laughing while this girl was crying. He's literally laughing, right? They leave the cube, and we find out that they intentionally set Shorty up to be eliminated. Which, like, I get it. It's $5 million, bro. But don't be a dick. Like, you don't have to be a dick. Just play the game. Just play the game. Because either way, if you 2 are brothers, you have higher odds at winning, I guess, because you're related. And if one of you win, then the other one wins. But at the end of the day, it's $5 million, bro. The odds of you winning aren't likely. But I guess if it's 2 of you, you got a higher chance of winning. So I thought that was so fucked up, bro. Like, I couldn't believe he was laughing. I had to pause it because I'm like, there's no fucking way. And I don't know how the other people found out, but other people found out, and from that point forward, they had a target on their back, right? The next challenge, they just had to fucking get a golden ticket or some shit and then pick people who they wanted to take on the island with them. And some people competed for the island. You got an option to compete. I can't remember how many it was, but you got an option to compete for the island, and then everyone else basically was on like vacation. The niggas were on the boat, chilling, drinking, eating, having fun. It looked like they were having fun. I mean, but I've seen like people want to sue, whatever. Mr. B's already covered some of that shit, and I think we're gonna get the rest of it when the show ends, because he said there are spoilers and shit. Yeah, what ended up happening? The lady ends up winning the island. She was kind of mean, she was mean, but not like in an unfair way, like how the brothers were. Like she played a clean game. I can say that much, but her attitude wasn't the best. Yeah, she was kind of assertive, aggressive. But she won the fucking island, so shit. Do what you gotta do. So let's see. Episode 6, right? We get back from the island. Mind you, she's still in the game. The island winner is still in the game. You get to stay in the game when you win the island. The next episode, Mr. Beast gives the teams the options. I think they broke off into teams again. They had to decide. They get the option to do a physical, mental, or a challenge that has something to do with chance. So it was random. People chose physical, people chose mental. physical one, you know, they had to whatever, pull a tow truck. I mean, not pull a tow truck, pull a monster truck, some other shit. Like, we'll touch on that one. But the star of the show, I can't remember the dude's name, but he eliminated those brothers. The ones I was just talking about, they got packed the fuck up. Them niggas got packed up. They got packed up. That's all we needed. One brother, they had to take an IQ test, a fake IQ test. It wasn't like an actual one. It was like some bullshit. I think the girl was just saying it was about shapes and shit. I don't exactly remember the specifics. I'm trying to do like a recap where it's not dragging on, but at the same time I'm covering like the important things that happen in said episodes. And they packed them niggas up, bro. The first brother, that nigga got eliminated, and he had the option to pick his brother to go against for the trivia question, because the mental one was a trivia question, and you got to pick like which topic. He didn't choose his brother, he chose somebody else. He got the question right, and then I think once you get the question right, you move on, whatever. Akira was the dude's name. Shout out to Akira. So he picks the one brother. He's like, I got a mission. I'm not even here to win the money no more, bro. I got a fucking mission. Pack these two bitch ass niggas up. That's exactly what he said, and look it up. He says that, calls the brother up. They get to pick the category. Akira says sports, right? I think there might have been a question before that, but I don't remember. One of the brothers got eliminated though. I'm pretty sure. The one brother got eliminated. The one who was laughing. So this one was the one who wasn't laughing, but he was still in on it. He just wasn't a dick about it, which I'll give him his props for that. This one, the question was simple. Mr. Beast goes, which NBA franchise has the most championships? Huh, that's fucking easy as fuck. The brother says the LA Lakers. Wrong off rip. Akira gets the answer. He says the correct answer. Nigga, the Boston Celtics, nigga. The Celtics got the most rings. That nigga got packed up. And then Mr. Beast goes, now, do you want to have the option to, I think, do another question and you win money or some shit? Or you want to just eliminate him? He gave his whole speech. He said, I'm going to pack this nigga up. And he got the nigga the fuck up out of there, man. Like, shout out to fucking Akira, bro. He got them niggas out, man. If you ever seen Total Drama Island, they were basically the Heather and I don't know. Heather was just and Alejandro, bro. They were essentially them in Beast Games. That's their equivalent. So then for the next episode, the Elimination Train, this one was the one that I was like wondering how it was gonna work, because they kept showing it. I'm like, obviously these niggas not about to actually get ran over by a fucking train, or like. I would just wonder how they were pulling it off. I didn't even think the way they did it is how they would do it, but whatever. I mean, it should have been common sense, right? So at this point, there were 21 people left, right? Am I tripping? Yeah, 21 people were left, bro. 21 people were left. And how it worked is they just had to decide on the captain. That's all they knew. They had to decide on the captain, and there was nothing else. Just pick a captain. They all picked Akira because, you know, he packed them niggas up. Like I keep saying, he packed them up, man. He packed them up. So then Jimmy is like, Mr. Beast Jimmy, he's like, you have the option. Or he says, pick your 3 least favorite people, man. He says, pick your 3 least favorite people. Now let me show you the clip. Let me show you the clip of what the fuck happened.
952. 626.
626.
182.
182. Whoa.
Seem like it's all black females. What did that tell you?
Are you serious right now, bro?
He's gonna have some people very upset.
How do the 3 of you feel about Akira picking you?
It's the microcosm of America. The black woman is always last.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think that's why he chose
I don't think Akira's like that. He can either not touch this lever and let that train destroy his brand new Lamborghini, or he can pull this lever over here, sending the train down the red track, thus saving his Lamborghini, but eliminating those 3 contestants. Those 3 have officially been eliminated.
To the 3 of you, I am so sorry.
I don't want to hear you. We good. We good.
What's done is done at this point. They can hate me if they want.
Hey,
Kira, we support you. Good. Tough decision, man.
So boom. After that shit, You see, he had the support of everybody, but bro, when she won an island. You wanted a $1.8 million fucking island, and you're still just being like this way for no reason that you don't have to be. He literally, and it doesn't show this in the clip, but in the episode, and literally he like, you won an island, so she got picked first. I feel like that's enough for you to go home with, which is what he said. The other two girls, he just didn't talk to them, bro. Like, I don't know what they wanted him to do. Pick the people. If there's 21 people left, you want him to pick 3 people that he's like had a couple conversations with, or people that he had no conversations with. I mean, it just comes down to it. And I knew that was gonna happen because I've seen him interact with like a lot of the people that were there. So I'm like, okay. I knew she was getting picked regardless, bro. I knew the girl, the lady who won the island. I knew she was getting picked regardless. You won a fucking island. You won, let's just say $2 million, bro. There's no need for you to be here. And then she said that shit. I'm like, she's old. I mean, she's not old, but like, she's kind of unk. Like, she's probably in her late 30s, maybe early 40s. So any opportunity she gets to say, hey, this is why X, Y, and Z happened, she's gonna say that shit, bro. Kira ended up getting eliminated. It was crazy because the one girl was like, I feel like you made a lot of people upset today, because he stayed captain for a couple rounds. He was packing people up left and right, as he tends to do. I mean, we saw what he did in the last episode. Obviously, it's like Lambo. Even if you don't want to drive the shit, you still leave with a fucking Lamborghini. Like, you can fucking sell that shit for parts or selling it as a whole. Like, you can do a lot with a Lambo. So yeah, he went home, but he went home with a Lamborghini. So he was already cemented. It doesn't matter who the fuck it was. I would have picked the car too for the first round, because I know at some point I'm not going to be the captain. So what's going to happen to me? I'm going to get put on those train tracks. So of course I'm taking the fucking Lambo. Like, I'm sorry, you want an island, bro. That shit is worth 3 times this fucking car. Like, I don't get it. So then he ended up not being captain anymore when he saved his teammates over getting a Tesla. Like, the option was you can have this Tesla, and I think there was $100,000 in the trunk, which Mr. Beast didn't tell them. But he's like, you can pick between these 3 people, which I think he had to pick his favorites or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. Or the Tesla and another like person by themselves. I can't remember exactly. That was last week's episode. The one that just came out was episode 8. And towards the end, you got Dino. I forget his number, but he declined $1 million. 2 of the people who declined $1 million, the captains that were picked in episode 2, are still here. The wrestler lady and Dino. Dino, out of nowhere, just becomes like the villain for people, and they want him out. Not out, but they just feel like he's being weird, and I don't understand why or where that even came from. But it's an ultimatum. I forget what the criteria was for like picking people, but then she or Mr. Beast told the girl to like pick not your least favorite, but like some shit like that. I don't fucking know. So 2 of her people were on the left train track, and on the right train track was Dino. Jimmy says, pull anybody you want from the X amount of people that are left. So he pulls someone who he thinks, the wrestler girl, I don't know her name, but he picks somebody that he thinks is cool with her in an attempt to save his ass. And it's a dirty fucking play. Like, these games are grimy. It's a dirty play, but at the end of the day, bro, you gotta do what you gotta do to stay in. It's $5 million fucking dollars. You made it this far, and you declined $1 million for like a good chunk of the people that are still left, and they want you out. So I'm like, I know he feels like shit. He declined $1 million for these people, just for them to basically like abandon him and leave him out for dead in the end of the fucking game. So the episode ends there, and then we go to episode 8, and Dino gets eliminated. So I think the girl was Jazz that he was with. So they got packed up, and that was the end of that game. Then it was 10 people left, right? this episode was crazy because this shit just came out. Today's Saturday. I just watched this shit yesterday. Or did I watch it on Thursday? I can't remember. So they go back, they see their families. I'm gonna be honest, I skipped through this whole part. I skipped through the entire part of them talking to their families, bro. Not gonna lie. And there's $1 million in a box. 10 houses. 10 people left, 10 houses. I'm sure you can put together like what's going on. So each player gets a house. $1 million in a box. They amongst themselves decide who's gonna be first pick. And first pick picks second, and second pick picks third, and so on and so forth. So the first person that got picked was the wrestler woman because they trusted her for a bunch of shit. I don't fucking know. She declined $1 million, and I guess she has good integrity. They just trust her, right? Before she goes in, like, the order doesn't really matter after that. Actually, from 3 to 4, I think it matters, but I forget the dude's name. But she picks the one guy, and they're like, we're gonna split it $100,000 each. Obviously, they're not forced to do that. Like, the wrestler, she can take all $1 million if she wants, and then the game will be over. She'll still be left, but if it comes to a point where you gotta fucking eliminate somebody based on like voting or something, which it really hasn't been, like, at this point, it doesn't really matter. Like, she got money, so if you vote her out, y'all still have to compete for $5 million with no guarantee of any of you winning. So then she picks $100,000. Like I said, good integrity, good morals. She got $100K, right? She goes first, so she don't gotta worry about anybody fucking her over. And everyone else trusts her. So second, the dude went second. I think he's like straight. Now, I'm be honest, I don't remember the order, but there was one dude who said, I'm gonna take more than my portion, right? So I'm like, oh shit. Like, how much is he gonna take? He took $223,000, which isn't horrible. It's not what they agreed on, but I feel like somebody being short a couple thousand as opposed to like being short tens of thousands would like, it's fine. Like, you can deal with it. And then we get to the one dude. I forget his fucking name. There's a way I can describe him, but I'm not gonna describe him that way. But he went before the girl, and he said that the girl was like his daughter, whatever. And he's talking about, I got a mortgage, I got kids, I got bills, I'm in debt. And he said it would be about $520,000, I think it was, to cover everything. So he takes $650,000. So if it's $520 for your debt, mortgage, whatever, why are you taking an extra $130,000? You took $650K when you all were supposed to be splitting it $100,000 each. Like, it was so fucking grimy, I couldn't believe it. And the thing is, right, everyone else is in the houses. They don't know they don't know who's taking what. They have no idea of who's taking what, bro. So number one, she good. I mean, she got $100,000. Number two, he got, if it was number two, I think it was, he got the 225,000. He's chilling. This dude comes out and takes it, no remorse, no regrets. The person who was after him was the girl that he said was like his daughter. He was in the same game from episode, what was it, 2 or 3, when they were in the cubes. He was in that same game. He was in the same cube with her. And he said that shit. You know how much was left after he fucking took his share? $27,000. And they asked, they're like, are you leaving this for her? And he's like, yeah. So she comes out. She's like, I'm not gonna take all of this. She couldn't believe it. She didn't think it was dude because, you know, nigga said he was like your dad, basically, like your dad while you guys were there. I think she ended up taking $3,000 or $5,000, which was just, you know, good character, man. And somebody took $7K, but then everyone else was like, I just want to divide it amongst me and the other people that are left. So I think from 8th, 9th, and 10th, they all got like 3,000. Or no, 10th got it. Yeah. 3,000. So people are pissed. The girl is pissed. She's super pissed. And they're going like down the line. And the one girl who went first, she's like, I took 100,000. And dude is like, I took 223,000. And then he gets looks. And everybody else is like, oh, well, I got this amount. I got 7K. I got 3K. One dude didn't even take anything. He took nothing because he said it was bait. And he's going to regret that. So then the wrestler girl, she got like, I don't know if she did fake wrestling, but she got main character. Like, she just thinks she the main character. She turns her head all dramatic and slow and points her finger at dude. And then obviously we know, like, everyone can put it together that he took more. How much more? They probably didn't do the math because people could be lying saying they didn't take X amount. Like, it could have one of his favorite people lied for whatever reason. He said 650,000. People are like, what the fuck? 650,000? People are pissed. They're so pissed and just like, what happened to us being a family and all this shit? So fast forward, he's like, I did what I had to do for my family. The girl was like, we all got families and shit. And it's just grimy. It's like, bro, you didn't have to take that 650,000. Like, you could have still took a little extra. And people probably would have been pissed at you. Slightly. Especially, like, if you had a good reason, they probably would be not as upset. But when you take such a big chunk of money, like, you took 6 people's worth of money. 6.5. That's fucking crazy, bro. And the money is just used for negotiation. Well, not just solely used for that, but like, it's used to negotiate. They're back at the tower and each of them is on the floor and they have the phones and on the floors and they just have to like negotiate. So the one dude who took no money, he has no money to negotiate with because he thought it was bait. The person with 650,000, if he took that money for a specific reason, I don't know if he's going to want to negotiate, but also I'm sure no one is going to want to negotiate with him unless he's giving them money. But I'm sure they don't want to keep him around after that. But that's my fucking summary of the episode so far. I guess 8, I just really just described what the fuck happened, but that shit was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I either would have took the 100,000 or maybe a little more than 100,000, like probably 175, 125, but I'm damn sure not taking 650,000, bro. That shit is crazy. But the show was fire, bro. I don't know what the fuck the crying and bitching and moaning and hating is about, but the shit is fire as fuck. Like, people say they don't like Mr. Beast, but they're not even watching. Like, obviously he's the host of the shit, but the contestants are what make it fucking great. But that's it. If you like these type of vids, drop a like, sub up, let me know what I need to improve on. I'm always open to hearing shit. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.